Hey guys, happy Sunday. I hope you are doing well. Today we're going to be talking about how powerful our limiting beliefs are, how strong our mindset can be, how it's going to determine where we go in life. So, first of all, very often I will get questions about natal charts. And if you had a natal chart reading done ever, you probably know that you have certain aspects, we all do, that are kind of showing you what your path is about in this lifetime and some things you should achieve, basically. And sometimes people have aspects to become famous or to become, you know, singers, actors, just somebody who is, well known, famous. And it absolutely doesn't mean that that will actually happen. That's the thing. And people think just because they have these aspects, okay, this is my natal chart, this is how it's gonna be, right? It's just gonna happen for me. I don't have to do anything or I don't have to do much. It's just gonna happen for me. Now, usually aspects are just, well, not just, they are basically where your soul is heading, right? Where what your soul needs to experience. So it's your path. You can see it as your destiny in a way. But destiny is not something that will just necessarily happen. You have to understand that even though there are some destined events, we can still take the different path. Even if that event that is supposed to put us on our path happens, we always have free will, guys, always. We can always choose to go another way. And that will depend on our actions, on our reactions, but also just on how our mindset is, what is inside, and what our limiting beliefs are. I hope this is making sense to everyone. So, not everybody will achieve, their soul's journey during this lifetime. And what is very important to actually do it is to become self aware, to become aware that there is so much more than this material world, to become aware of what your path is, to actually work on yourself, to do the vibrational work. It's important for everything. It's not just about magic and spell work. And I know that I'm a spellcaster and I am a tarot reader, but I also really want to make people aware of these things and put them on their path. Okay, very important. Now, again, the thing is that obviously not everybody will be aware and will be ready for what I have to, tell you. And not just what I have to tell you, but be ready for the spiritual journey. And usually, what happens is that something will kind of make you go on that spiritual journey. And more often than not, that will be a karmic partner. So, this is why you're going to be suddenly turning to magic, to spirituality, to readings, to all of that after a really bad breakup. Because the universe is actually sending this person as your teacher. So it's not about that relationship. And yeah, we can work on that relationship and we can get that person for you. That's the point of spell work. But it's also about putting you on that journey because the universe is trying to put you on a spiritual journey. And you have been so far before this karmic person arrived, you have been just about the material world, a regular way of thinking, regular way of living. This is what we have, this is what we do. I need to work, I need to this, I need to that, but you haven't been working on the spiritual side of yourself. And then suddenly you begin. And that's because that's the point. That's the point of everything. So I wanted to share that first, just to do a little intro, I guess, to what we're going to be talking about today. So, we're going to be talking about the power of the mindset, and we're going to be taking some examples as usual. Um, First thing I want to say is that I saw like a little, what is it called in English? Like there's a question and then you can vote for the answers. And the question was, if somebody tells you they are not ready for a relationship, what does it mean? And there were several answers that were presented and people could choose. But guess which answer the majority of the people have chosen? The majority of the people have a mindset, a belief that if somebody tells you they're not ready for a relationship, it means I don't want to be in a relationship with you. Okay, what does that tell us? It tells us that the majority of the people see it as rejection of themselves. So they make it all about themselves and they feel rejected. And they basically don't feel chosen. And they think that, they're the problem, basically. This person would want a relationship with somebody better, somebody prettier, somebody this, somebody that. They just don't want one with me. So it's very interesting how we think, isn't it? And although sometimes that will be true, I'm not saying that sometimes that will not be true. Maybe they just don't like you and they're looking for a nicer way to reject you. It's possible, let's be honest, it does happen. However, in a lot of the cases, it will not be about you, it will be about them. There's a reason why at the moment they don't want to be in a relationship. Maybe they had a really tough breakup. Maybe they are emotionally unavailable, which we know that that's a choice as well, but never mind. Or, they're maybe they're going through something, maybe they're just not in that phase in their life. There could be a million reasons, but majority of the people will think they're the problem. That's the thing. And that's that limiting belief that majority of the people have, that they are not good enough, that they're not chosen. There you have it. Okay, now I wanted to give two examples about the power of the mindset. And one of them is from my own surroundings, and the second one is just one you probably heard about, maybe. So I don't know if you heard about, there was this man, an old man, that has not washed himself for 60 years. Yeah, I know, gross, right? But that's not the point. That is not what this audio is about. So he has not dated in 60 years at all. And the reason why was because he had a belief that if he washed himself, that will make him ill and he will die. Okay, so that was his belief, and it was a really strong one because he has not washed himself in 60 years. So he truly, over that 60 years, that belief probably became stronger and stronger and stronger because he wasn't doing anything to change that belief, right? And then the people around him, I think he lived in some kind of a village somewhere. I'm not really sure. I don't really remember the location. But the people around him have, persuaded him, made him, convinced him to wash himself. And so he did, and he fell ill and he died. It actually happened because he was so convinced that if he took a bath, he's gonna become ill and he's gonna die. Yeah. And although there is absolutely no reason that somebody would die after washing themselves, it has happened. Okay, and then the second one, I have this friend, and she's a doctor. She works in a hospital. She is in her almost mid 30s, and she's very successful in her career. She is smart, she is beautiful, she's like a really great lady, and she has a beautiful daughter, really, really beautiful little girl. And she's fun, she's interesting, she has many talents. She sings really good. So she's like this wonderful person. And you would think that she's so confident because she's beautiful, she's young, she's talented. She is highly educated, she's very successful, she gets awards all the time for her work. She's just great, right? But she has a really unhappy love life. And although she has some aspects in her natal chart that I have kind of observed, and obviously there is some kind of reason for it, as we call it, karma for it, from just her soul's journey before. A lot of it is just in her mindset. So she was really really hurt before, which she has never kind of let go, and she's still reliving it. Even it's been years and years, but she's still living in that moment. She's still, her mind is totally around it. And we were at this pub quiz, that I go to pub quizzes, and she met this new person, and basically she said something along the lines that because she's divorced, she will never, be happy, and nobody will ever want her. So that was so strange to hear from somebody that, appears so confident. She does appear very confident. She dresses well, like beautiful, elegant, sexy. She looks great, and she just has so much confidence about her work, her education, all of it, like her knowledge. And then you just hear something like that. So I'm telling you this because you may appear confident to others, and you may think you're confident because there's so many things that give you that confidence. Maybe you are well educated, maybe you're really funny, maybe you are really smart, maybe you're really good at what you do, maybe you have a beautiful career, whatever it is, and you feel confident about it. Don't get me wrong, you feel like, yeah, I'm great, I'm really a beautiful, smart human being, right? But then there is this area and this aspect where you have a horrible limiting belief that actually is blocking a lot of wonderful things from happening. And you're not changing that belief, you're only reinforcing it because you keep telling yourself, I am not good enough. Nobody will want me because I don't know, like this lady, I'm divorced, or whatever the reason may be. Whatever the reason is, and you keep saying it to yourself, and you even say it to others. She just met a person, and that was like one of the first things she said. So it's so normal to her, this belief. This belief is so strong within her that she just says it like it's nothing, like, hi, my name is this and this, hi, I can't get a guy because this and this, right? So think about it, because very often people will tell me, but I am confident, Svetlana. I do love myself. I know that I'm great. And, it's not that simple. These things are complex and complicated, guys. And we all have insecurities, and we all have limiting beliefs. And you may not see them because in every other aspect, everything is going great, and you do think you're wonderful. You do think you're smart. You do think you're beautiful. There's so many things that you can think about yourself and still not be confident fully. And you can come off as a confident person, and other people may think, oh, this person is so great. They're so confident. They have everything. But then there's that little thing that is blocking you. And I want you to really think about this, okay? Because again, these things are not as simple as they may seem at first when you listen to the instructions, for example, or when you listen to a few audios and think, okay, that's not me. I am confident. I do think I'm good enough. But do you think you're good enough in every single aspect? Do you think you're good enough when it comes to love? Because this is usually where we don't think we're good enough. And this is usually where we have problems, because love spells are the ones that people seek the most. They have the most problems in this area of life, in my experience, far more. Okay, so think about this. So this is the message I have for you today. Your mindset is very powerful, and you have the power to change it. You have the power to change, remember. And if you think that nothing can change for you, or if you think that nothing changes ever, and that people don't change, and that your person can't change, and that everything always stays the same, you are very much wrong, because everything changes every single minute, all the time. You know, we transform so much during our lifetime. I was just reading. I mean, I wasn't reading it, but I saw the article where I only saw the title, where Pamela Anderson said that that blonde bombshell that she used to be has died long ago, and it seems like it was another lifetime, because she no longer, the way that she has grown through the years, right? She no longer associates with that person. That was a different version of her. That was a different person, and she has changed so much over time, and we all do. Okay, and we can change. You know, change is something that always happens. Some kind of a change. It can be for better, it can be for worse. It can be just like the changes that naturally happen with aging, whatever. But we are meant to transform and change, and we are meant to do it on purpose. Okay? So, guys, I hope this was educational. I hope it has inspired you. And I really hope you're going to find that limiting belief that is keeping you away from your dreams. Have a lovely day. Bye.